I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. I am a national expert in resolution matters. This is a very unusual day for me to wear a coat. I was on an interview, so I kept it on. I've worked about 10,000 cases. I am a national expert. I worked at IRS for, 10 years. I have been in private practice for, 40 years. I have a whole team of former IRS agents and tax attorneys and CPAs on staff. You can go to my website at 777irs.com. I thank the many people who have seen me on national news to join this. I have been on Fox a couple times. I have been on CBS, NBC. I don't know where all my interviews are. Newsmax, News Nation. They're all out there somewhere. Anyway, thank you. As a revenue officer, like I said, I've worked about 10,000 cases. I used to set up and administer the trust fund penalties, and I want to talk to you today about the trust fund penalties and how you can negotiate that debt. As a former IRS agent, one of my jobs would be to go out and investigate a company and find out, in fact, who is responsible for actually payment or non-payment, I should say, of the payroll taxes. So I'd have to go in and make a determination who's responsible and who's not. It's an easy process. You just follow the money, follow a check, follow power, who could do what. Sometimes IRS doesn't set those liabilities up fairly. They cast just a general net around everybody and make everybody responsible. So there's rooms to appeal those, beat those, fight those. All depends on the case. But usually I can look at a case and tell you in kind of seconds, to be honest with you, whether we have a chance to beat those penalties. And if you don't think, if you think you were set up inadvertently or incorrectly, or you didn't get your appeal right, you need to talk to me about that. It's something that I do. Since I've set a couple of thousand up, I can probably tell you how to get out of them if in fact it's possible. How do you negotiate that debt? Well, you got to do it through the offer and compromise program. The offer and compromise program is the only way to settle any tax debt. There's a lot of people say there's a lot of programs. There's not. I taught the offer and compromise program. That's why I know. I used to sign off on them. I used to deny them. So if you're eligible for an offer and compromise, you can go ahead and probably negotiate your trust fund debt. So to do that, IRS has a pre-qualifier tool. It's the IRS pre-qualifier tool for offers. I can look at your financial statement and tell you whether you can settle your debt or not. So I would say that IRS probably collects about 15 to 20% of all trust fund debt. Usually they go away by statute. They go away by hardship. IRS has a tough time collecting them, and there's many reasons. A lot of people appeal them and they fight them, or they go ahead and they file an offer and compromise and they can beat them that way. So if you think you have an offer and compromise, that is, you can't pay IRS's trust fund debt, you should call me. I can give you a free evaluation. And look, I know this stuff like the back of my hand. When you talk to my office, you don't call a bank of people, you call me directly. Give me a subscription, you know the truth. By inscribing you, you can follow me or share me. So if you know someone with an IRS problem, I am the person to speak to, because I've been doing this for 50 years and I'm an honest and trustworthy, and so is my whole team. Thank you for listening and the subscription.